All right, guys, welcome to Women's Wellness Wednesday with your host, Tyrika and Teresa. Welcome, guys. We have Juan in the building.
How y'all doing?
Our special guest this evening is going to give his perspective along with some other gentlemen if they feel to do so in the audience. But tonight we're going to get into...
Hey, James.
Hi. Tonight we're going to get into some fun topics. We're going to laugh. We are going to kiki. We are going to talk about some hard stuff. It doesn't necessarily have to be hard for others, but it may. We are going to be respectful, but we also are going to give our perspectives from our journey through our lenses. So T, how are you feeling? Let's get into our check-ins and then we'll get into the nitty-gritty.
I feel great. This weekend, I have some big plans. My girlfriend Alicia's getting married on Saturday, so I'm looking forward to that.
Congratulations, Alicia.
That's the one from Nashville that we introduced in previous shows. I'm feeling really good, like refreshed and really optimistic this week. Doing a lot of grounding and meditating and just really some shadow work, just focusing on me and only me this week.
Right. That's important. Sorry about that, guys. How am I feeling? I am feeling, here we go. Is that better? I am feeling energized. Good. I feel ready. I feel like I can see. So metaphorically and Eagles, hello, thank you, Top Flight. Eagles are everything, but I'm gonna go back to how I'm feeling. I am feeling energized. For a couple of days, T, you and a few others knew that I was struggling with a scratch cornea. It's not the first time. It won't be the last time. However, I would like it to be because it's painful. What happens with the scratch cornea is you can't see. So therefore, I couldn't have my contact in. So therefore, I was in pain and couldn't see. So when you can't see, you can't smell, you can't hear, you can taste, but you're kind of just like, and I'm blind. Literally.
Unbalanced, just unbalanced.
Your equilibrium is literally off. So today was the first day that I popped my contact back in. It is my left eye. So if it looks a little lazy, she's still healing.
But she can see clear.
But I can see clear.
You don't look lazy, boo. You look beautiful.
Right.
You look good, girl.
Another thing, what else do I have going on? We have my speaking engagement. That is imminent. That's coming up. So
I give a round of applause for that.
That is super exciting.
I'm so proud of her.
Thank you. I'm feeling better already, Luke. I'm, tonight showing up for myself. I'm glad my eye was healing the way it needed to heal because this is so important to me. I haven't canceled 9 months in. Shout out to that. I count every single show as a great one. Hello, King's Life.
Thank you.
So, I take it very seriously, and I'm so glad you guys are with me. How awesome am I feeling? My son is doing great, so I thrive with that. Hello, Jessica.
Oh, Jess, come on, girl.
Right.
How you doing, Jess?
Right. This shirt's a mess. I didn't want to get into that because that is my host.
I was going to leave it alone.
No, we can get into it. We can absolutely get into it.
I was going to leave it alone, but let her live. Let her live. They win. They got their W. Let her
let's
live.
Get into it. The season has just started.
It sure did. We got a whole lot of the season to
y'all
go.
are 2-0 and we're 1-1. Comeback game crazy.
With one of the easiest
on Sunday.
in the NFL.
Y'all's game, y'all were up by 20 and then only won.
You got one of the easiest schedules in the NFL.
4. Okay. So listen, at the end of the day, I'm going to rep these Giants. I respect the Eagles. Y'all
you know
are
what?
a
I
dynamic
respect you
team.
for that because you're from New York, right?
Yes.
So you gotta respect the home team. I respect that. The one thing I can't get down with is a man from Philly who likes the Dallas Cowboys.
Oh well, yeah, that's nutty.
That's what I can't get down with.
That's nutty.
But respect your home team. You got to go with your home team. So I respect it.
Yeah, but listen, I give credit where credit is due because I'm a fan of football. I'm a fan of the NFL.
100%. Football fan first. We're gonna get that right.
I don't deny. I don't deny Hurts. I don't deny Smith.
Go ahead.
I don't deny any of the talent that is on the Eagles. And the true fact of the matter remains, as a Giants fan, we never beat you guys. We never beat you guys. You guys have learned us, and you defeat us every time. None the mother freaking less.
Right.
I'm gonna show up and show out every game, win or lose. We play tomorrow. I need to bring this good energy to the table.
So my producer, he's got.
Come on, Shannon. You better tell him about them pigeons.
Look at this mess,
Hey,
Shannon.
yo.
You know, I think I'll just contact you privately.
We're not gonna do that here, big dog.
Because
we ain't gonna do it here, big dog.
Because that was a lot.
Yeah, we gonna take that to another stage.
Yeah, James.
Come on, I'm seeing Teresa.
Hold on.
Historically, I guess. Well, yes, I am. But I mean, I call them filthy pigeons. I call them trash.
That's enough. But that's a
part of the game. You gotta shit talk.
We're not.
You gotta shit talk.
Maybe on Tuesdays.
Yeah.
Not on Wednesdays.
We'll take it to your show, Shannon. We'll talk football on your show.
Yeah.
But
we can talk football. We're just not gonna talk that shit. I mean, we're not gonna continue to talk that.
I was trying to be politically correct, and then Shannon just,
Miss D, we're not gonna get into all that. Tell her. Now that's enough.
Wow.
Now, so the topic, one of them are your non-negotiables. Mm-hmm. What are they? What does that look like for you? We have touched on it on previous shows. Things change. People grow. Non-negotiables shouldn't, but our audience has changed.
Right.
And perspectives, they come, fluently, if you will. Mm-hmm. So, if you could be so kind, put in the comments, what are some of your non-negotiables when dating? When you're first dating, the first date, what does that look like? Is the first date intense? It could be, depending on the connection prior to.
Right.
Because the connection prior to, I'm showing my age, is about courting.
Right.
You didn't send me flowers already. So with things like that.
I think that, honestly speaking, and I'm not speaking for all men, I'm speaking from my own personal experience. Let me make that clear. Mm-hmm. Men are lacking the aspect of courting, but want a woman to do laundry, iron clothes, cook dinner, pack lunch, but you can't open a car door, and you can't plan.
Is that though?
You can't plan to tell me, huh?
I wouldn't say all men. I don't believe chivalry is dead. I can't speak for all men. You know what I mean?
That's what I'm saying. My experience.
Me personally, I open car doors. I open doors. You know what I'm saying? If we're taking a walk, you're going to walk on the inside of the sidewalk. I'm going to walk by the street. You know what I mean? It's just the little things. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not saying we going into the 1950s with stuff. I feel like, I don't believe in gender rules, in relationships, or, even if you're, sharing a home, married, whatever you want to say, I don't believe in that certain things. But as a man, you carry your lady a certain way. You know what I mean? You show her a type of respect.
Right.
You have a special admiration for her, especially somebody that you're, dating, and at the age I am, I'm not dating to just be dating. Like I need to know what's this going to be, because I'm not casually dating out here at 35.
So one of our lovely sisters in the chat just said that, courting would be lovely, but it doesn't happen much. Like, so she too would like to be courted. I feel that older men are not into courting at all anymore. I find that younger men are more into courting.
Jessica, I 1,000,000% agree. And shout out to Jessica. One moment. Let's give her a special shout out. She was our winner for Grow Grab Lunch last show. We cut it a little short, and I wanted to definitely recognize her.
Yes.
She's an amazing queen and has been very supportive. So we appreciate you, Jessica, so much.
Thank you, Jess, for always pulling up. Thank you for your input. And like T said, it did not go unnoticed. So we do want to give you your flowers and say thank you for participating. And we made sure you got your Go Grab Lunch. So thank you always. So yeah, when you are courting, do you talk about your non-negotiables then?
I believe so.
I believe so.
Yeah, I believe so. Why? Because when you're courting, that's when you're getting to know a person,
right?
You know.
Well, and
you're
I
asking
think
certain questions.
I think I mean, for me, because I'm older, I'm in my 40s, so like you're at my age, I'm dating with the purpose. I'm not necessarily saying we have to get married, but it is for like a long-term goal to see if we align.
Right.
So I feel like transparent conversations need to be had right up front, like
Absolutely.
literally right up front, because you don't want to continue to be with somebody, build in 6 months, and then find out they got all this extra shit that you were nervous to talk about at first. Like, I need to know all of this from the rip.
Not secret kids, but do you have children? Because I find that some people don't divulge that they have children during the time that they court. At that point, we're now on the first date, because that's a thing too. Like, courting is fine. You've wined and dined me. Women are afraid of these things.
He says women are afraid of these things. I believe most women push men away that do this courting. I agree with him to a certain extent, you know, especially
elaborate
with the times that we're in. You know, back in our, you know, showing our age here, but you know, back in our day, like, we didn't have all this social media, we didn't have all the technology, certain thing, you know, we didn't have all that. So it was, you know, phone conversation. You meet somebody outside or whatever the case may be. Let me get your number. Y'all talking on the phone. You know, we planning out a first date, this, that, and the third. Whereas though I think nowadays it's like people so much care what other people are going to think when you want to treat a lady like a lady, when you want to take her on a date, when you want to, you know, court her, ask her certain questions, send flowers just because it's Wednesday type stuff. You know what I mean?
Have you done that?
Yeah.
You send flowers?
I sent flowers, yes.
No, and I have a question for the gentleman, because, you know, I think it was OG that said dating has become kind of like
Did you put that back up, Big E? Go ahead, Juan.
Dating has become transactional, so the courting has basically went out of the window.
So my question to the gentleman is, do you guys go into like dating women with that perceived mindset of, I've tried this with the girl before and it's failed? So do you like reserve yourself from doing the courting, or do you continue to do the courting and then see how the woman receives it?
You asking me personally?
I'm asking you and the men in the audience.
I'm going to be me regardless. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you don't, where I'm at now in my life, like if you're not messing around with what I'm bringing forth, then you're not for me.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I'm not, you know what I'm saying? I'm not going to, first of all, I never was the one to be like, I got game, right? You know what I'm saying? I got the gift of gab and I'm going to try to get this girl for, you know, whatever the case may be. Like, I'm going to be me regardless. You know what I'm saying? I'm going, like I said, dating without a purpose. I don't do that. You know what I mean? I'm not casually having sex with, you know, different women. That was never me. You know what I mean? So yeah, like I'm asking questions. You know what I'm saying? Straight up. Like once after we done, you know, talk for a little bit and we, you know, we vibing and everything, and now we getting ready to go out somewhere and we talking and all that. I'm asking questions. You know what I'm saying? What's the relationship with your parents? They still living? You have children? How do you? What's your take on parenting? You know what I'm saying? How do you parent? You know what I'm saying?
So, Big E, I did see the show last night. I may not have seen the part where you discussed what we just mentioned, but I can only speak for me. I go into any situation with who I am. Respect and chivalry is who I am. So every woman gets that, unless she shows me she doesn't require it or deserve it.
Thank you.
Right.
I love that.
Yes, I agree with that 100%.
A billion percent. Like, I appreciate it, I respect it, and I agree with it.
Me too.
A billion trillion percent.
You read the room, and that's basically what it is. Women want stuff from the gun bus.
And I think that goes
back. I think that's true.
Yeah.
I think
it is. They do. And they going to check your temperature. Certain women are going to check your temperature with certain things. You know what I'm saying? To see if you're going to do it or what kind of man you are. How, you know what I'm saying? I feel this is me personally, and I don't want to offend any women. You know, I love the ladies, but I feel like women test you. Women test men constantly to see what they're going to do, to see what they're going to say in certain situations. You know what I'm saying? I was just telling this young boy at work that if a woman asks you a question, she knows the answer. She just want to see what you want to say.
9 times out of 10, yeah, we already know. But getting into that, I think that, and I'm guilty of this 1,000,000,000%. I bring old shit into new shit.
But
Meaning, no, and I know, and that's a part of like my healing and my growing and realizing like this isn't fair because I wouldn't want someone to do that to me.
Right.
Now, with that being said, I think sometimes women, like me included, like I said, we want shit, excuse my language, we want things done off the rip because in our past, we didn't get it. And in our mind now, we're at a point where we're not settling for anything less. But we don't take the time that's required to invest in that possibility. We want it right from the rip. If it doesn't happen, it's done, as opposed to taking time to invest in it.
So with that, OG, how do we connect the two? Because like, I agree. We have women in the audience saying that they agree. T is saying she agrees 100%. Whoa. Go ahead, Juan.
I met men constantly 95% of the time who are so into courting and want all I am, but then it became a game of sorts. I'm spending so much time proving I'm really who I portray that by the time they realize and now want a commitment, I'm drained and I'm over it. Then they linger. It's the they want it when it's too late era. Men need to be way more honest on what they really want.
Hey, Jessica, if you're available,
hey, cuz,
and you want to kind of tune in, we would love to have you. If you don't want to show up, if you want to be a part of the show,
right?
You
don't have to be on screen. It could just be audio.
Yeah, let us know because we appreciate your feedback and you have a lot of it. So why not join? Hey, Auntie.
So what I was saying was like I agree with T. So and I've shared this before. Going into the relationship,
thank you.
For the most part, we all are
scared and carry forward.
That's it.
Yeah, and it'd be like it'd be the overthinking of it. You know what I'm saying? We overthinking. We don't know. You know what I'm saying? I wouldn't say scared, but you know we don't know what she's going to do. Like we don't know how she's going to carry.
Right.
They don't know how we going to carry.
I'm scared.
So you know it's like this small space when you are courting. It's like you're the gray area. Like you don't want to you don't want to put it all out there,
right?
But you putting it little by little. You know what I'm saying?
That's why I think these conversations need to be had from the rip. Like, let me know about like your triggers. Let me know X, Y, and Z so that I know that I need to work on it. Of course, trust issues.
Right.
Again, people at this age should be dating with a purpose, and I want to get to know the nitty-gritty of things early on so that you and I can both make a choice that is going to benefit us. Like we're not going to prolong this.
Right. Absolutely.
That's important. So I think with that, the non-negotiables seem pretty clear for those who have graciously spoke up in the audience and, you know, our opinions as well. So thank you for that. Non-negotiables are, like I said, they shouldn't be flexible, but different ones are added, if that makes sense.
I think
I
think you can be flexible with some of your non-negotiables depending on how high up on the list it is. You know what I mean? Like I'm not about to sit here and, you know, change my complete self for a person, but once we get to a stage where as though, okay, this might be something, or I'm taking it serious, or we're moving in together now at this point, and this went from dating to now, you know, this is my lady type of thing. Right. You know,
there's growth.
It's growth. So you start to compromise on certain ones, but you know, the ones up here where you standing on it, those is your what's the word I'm looking for? Like those is your
that's your foundation.
Yeah, your foundation. Like
of what we're both bringing.
Right, exactly. Right. Of who you are as a person. Like I'm not saying change who you are as a person, but certain things can be compromised, especially when you start to start living together.
So what's an appropriate time to discuss when you're dating non-negotiables so that we can avoid any hiccups? And again, like Reese said, as time goes on, there's going to continue to probably be non-negotiable.
The first date. I feel like the first date. And if that scares a young lady off, me asking her what her triggers are, then sis, you ain't for me then.
That I agree. You ain't in our healing process, sis.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Like I'm not finna. I ain't even like I'm like my man said before. I'm reading the room. Like you ain't even. You know what I'm saying? Like you ain't even for me. Because if you can't even have thought-provoking conversations, like I can't. I don't care how pretty you are. You can be the prettiest woman in the world, but if you can't have an intellectual conversation, it's over for me.
Period.
Right.
Period. And I think we're also of the age now where it's no longer about looks. It is about
Who they are.
And actually enjoying a deep conversation, like an intellectual conversation. Because, you know, let's be honest, when we were younger, a lot of it was based on who was the baddest John, who looked the best. And now I'm like, listen, as long respectfully, if you got all your teeth,
That's important.
you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
If we can bust it up and enjoy ourselves,
All your teeth.
then, you know, we're cool. I just need you to have a full rack of grippers and we'll be all right.
That's a non-negotiable for me. That's important.
That and a job.
And a job. So you gotta have your gifts. You gotta have a mouthful, and you have to have an income.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Moving on. So expectations. I think we talked a little bit about that with the courting and what we would want. Dang, I'm missing some teeth.
Yeah, but they're not like in main vision. You feel what I'm saying? They're in the back. That's cool. But if you're your main grippers
and your side one, like a lot of us are missing that side.
Yeah.
And I'm having an issue, but I'm gonna go ahead and get her capped. So it won't be an issue.
Hey, yo.
Period.
Hey,
so it won't be an issue.
Hey, boo.
Hello, my love. Adaris. Welcome. Thank you for joining us.
Melanated Mondays.
From a melanated queen herself.
Come on,
and the sexy Dom. Dom is probably giving some therapy to the folks who need it. So shout out to her. You know, I'm sure she'll come up at some point. They're a dynamic duo. Their show is on Monday at 7. So the expectations we talked about. Okay. Sex. So we're going to go a few different places.
Yes,
do you have sex on the first date? T, have you had sex on the first date?
I personally have not. Doesn't mean I wouldn't.
I feel like the vibe.
Yeah. It's
so
like
have you had sex on the first date?
Yes.
I feel like I can't answer it quickly, so I must not have. Because I'm like,
time out, I lied. Yes, I have. I apologize. I have. My bad.
You gotta think about it. Then you didn't.
That's what I'm feeling. I feel like I
but
did.
I don't necessarily. But see, I don't like that whole the woman have sex on the first date. She's she's loose.
Thank you.
I don't feel like that means that because a lot of people be like, oh, I'm waiting this, that. I feel like if the vibe is right and you two are consenting adults and y'all like each other,
right?
Y'all feeling each other, and you know what I'm saying? Y'all
the lust is lusting.
Yeah.
But wait a second. Now I have to play this part.
That's my other baby.
Come on. I said we're not going to do that on my show. You may have missed it, my love. Now, don't
like we grown. We grown.
We're talking the Giants, or are we talking about the sex?
I'm talking about the sex.
I'm too old to like so much.
I'm too old to like you so much that the dick be trash.
Right. That's true, but wait a second.
You gotta sample it.
Because that's a non-negotiable too. Okay.
You have to test drive the car before you take it off the lot.
Hello, my love.
Hey.
So my girlfriend said if the vibe is right, I fuck on. Okay, so Luke is saying I fuck on the first date every trip.
But I don't date
much anymore. Finna change my answer to a no. I'm trying to get this out. All
right, no, wait. You got the floor.
All I'm trying to say is that if your lust meter is awfully fucking high often, then that means you're giving away your girls. You're giving her away often. I mean, is that cool?
I don't think it's giving it away often.
But if I'm feeling you, I'm gonna give you the yams. Then I'm like, all right, they were trash, or they were great, or the personality was terrible. Now I'm gonna go ahead and see John. My lust meter's up. I'm gonna go ahead and give John these yams. Now John, all right, maybe I'll stay with John. But if John is trash, I'm gonna go to because my lust meter's high.
I feel like we grown. We're
listen,
all right, okay.
You know what I'm
I
saying?
think
Like
that
if you wanna have like if that's what you want to do, some women, I'm not gonna speak for women, but some adults will be like, I want like the young lady just said, I want to see if the peen is cool. I'm trying to see if she got that splat. Because if she ain't got that splash, she'll know what she's
you get
doing.
the yams, you get the yams, you get the yams.
Everybody get the yams. All right. Yes, everybody
No,
get
but
the yams.
here's the reality. I think as a society, we have made women feel like it is wrong to be sexual, be passionate, and have lust. Personally
women
feel,
doing that to other women because
Aries
men.
queen.
I don't
Right.
feel like men that are in our age bracket, 35, 45.
Right.
I don't feel like those men are like, oh, she's a whore, she's a slut because she's giving it up
she's
on
a
the first
freak,
date.
got a different girl.
I feel like
a
a woman's peers are saying, you know what I'm saying? Oh, so and so is, she went on a date with him and she, she fucked him.
Yeah, I think it's women that do it.
Him. Or she went out, you know what I'm saying? She dating this, that, and the person, and she's
Right.
having sex with them. Like, why are you worried about what she doing with her box, sis?
Right, but that's what Reek was asking. She's genuinely asking, like, is this okay? Like, do women think it's okay to sleep? Let's just say if you sleep with a guy every day during the week.
From a man's perspective, yes. I feel like if she feels like she wants to do, if that's what she wants to do with her body, that's her body, that's her box.
Hello, Jane.
If she wants to do that, then she can do that. And
Many
that double,
females
I don't
are
like that double standard.
And we're gonna get in the double standard.
Because men, we're allowed, you know what I'm saying? We do that and we get in the badge of honor. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
When women do that, women do that, then she's labeled a whore. Why?
So wait, so take what other people feel out of it. What if I for me, having a lot of mileage on my boxes is concerning.
Yeah,
but
because
why is
some
it
men, those are their non-negotiables. Like I said, all people are like I said, all people are different.
Why is it? Why? I want to know why.
Because I value my body.
Of course.
For you, exactly, Big E. For me, and that's why I put it out there. I'm speaking for myself. Not religion, not spiritual, but I will make reference to my body is my temple.
Right. Amen.
Okay, so I'll treat it as such to what my degree is. But I'm just saying, for me, I don't want a lot of body. I don't want a lot of mileage on my box. That's just, maybe it's a cultural thing. Maybe it's what my old heads told me. Maybe it's just a me thing.
It's your moral code. It's your moral code.
Ethic. Well, that
it's your moral code. Like, I think that I've always felt that way. I've always felt like there's no way I'm going to grab all these bodies. I don't want to be the talk of in the barbershop.
Like, or just for me, even the barbershop, just to know in my role, that's like, damn.
Time out. We're not talking about random bodies. We're talking about, like we said, we don't date without purpose. So if we're dating somebody and their non-negotiables are meeting up with my non-negotiables, and we're in the courting stage, and I'm asking her, we're talking, we vibing, and we, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Boom, we go on our first date, and it you know what I'm saying? Oh yeah, it's going down.
I don't even ask.
Do men really care about a woman's body?
Because they don't.
Nobody's going to tell you the truth. Nobody's going to be like, yeah, I slept with 20 men before you. Like, nobody's going to say that. Right? We're just going to keep it a bean.
That's the double
standard that don't benefit women. I appreciate that.
Yeah.
So
I agree too.
honestly, OG, Shannon, Ann, James, everybody, all the men in the audience, you genuinely do not care about a woman's body count. I really need to know if that's true.
Because the example that I'm going to give is not, you can't turn a hoe into a housewife, because that existed at one point. But I'm going to take it a step further.
As long as you
Keisha from around the way is dating Tommy. Tommy is done with Keisha, then Keisha fuck with somebody else or deal with somebody else. Is it in the same circle? Like, when is it, like, Keisha dealt with Tom, Joe, Dick, and Harry. Do you wife Keisha? Because you don't care about the bodies Keisha got. Or am I not speaking the same thing? Is that really
it depends on if they in the same circle. Like, You know what I'm saying?
it's
Like,
cold.
do these people know each other through somebody else or know them directly?
No.
Like, I'm not like,
nah, if people just tell you, like, you bring Keisha to the football game and they like, yo, that's Keisha from Warner Ave, you know, everybody took Keisha down. But
Right.
now that's your, now are you gonna feel some type of way as a man? Shannon, Ant, OG, like, so because y'all don't care about the body count, right?
yeah.
Because Keisha was on the tip of my tongue, cousin.
Thank you, Shannon. It's proximity for us. Like, if it's in the same circle, like, that's what I'm saying. Like, if I take her to the football game, which means she know the guys. You done hit the team. No, you hit the team. No, you hit me. You hit anybody I know. No, you hit any of my family. No.
So if she hit,
but I'm not asking.
okay,
Elaborate,
that's
OG.
fair.
You don't ask questions you don't want the answer to, sis. You feel me?
That's,
You don't ask
that is
like,
true.
like you don't. Yeah, I like you.
And that's
I learned my lesson. You don't ask questions you don't want to know the answer to. And 9 times out of 10, as human beings, we already know it's in our gut. So you know what I'm saying? Especially where I'm at now. You know what I'm saying?
I don't.
If
you're
I
not
feel
prepared
like
for an answer, don't ask the question.
Yeah.
You're not prepared. I agree 1,000,000,000% with that.
I ain't. You know what I'm saying? No.
Okay.
And not only that, but it's like I don't know. Okay. My situation is different.
So
if I know,
I can't. If I know, I can't deal with you.
All right. So what's your max number, OG? Like if she has 20 bodies, 10 bodies.
No, period. If you got niggas laughing at us, because I'm trying to make it work with the whore village. You're gonna look bad, beloved. You're a bad look, beloved.
Yeah. Period. Why ask?
I think that's kind of like guy code also. I think guys follow a code like.
So it does matter. The mileage matters.
You got to pass around on, and then you got a girl that you'll tell the homies like. No,
I don't think it's black and white like that though, Reek. I don't think like Shannon says, it's proximity. Like if I'm dating somebody and she doesn't know anybody I know, I don't know anybody she's know. I'm not asking her how many casual bodies she got. Right. You know what I'm saying? If anything, I'm asking her about her past relationships. You know what I'm saying?
True.
The ones that she took serious. I don't care who you had a one night stand with at your girls trip in Miami. I don't care about that. You ain't never gonna see this man again. But what I do care about is if you had sex with my barber, or you know what I'm saying? Like, or if you had sex with, Uncle James or somebody, or you know what I'm saying? Somebody in the hood like that know me personally, that know that you done been around in the hood. Like, no, I'm not. Yeah.
Okay, OG.
I ain't doing that.
Okay. That's fair.
I mean, and again, I think that like OG agrees, it is a double standard because let's keep it a bean. OG has said it himself. He's got himself a couple bodies.
Several.
He takes them down. It's okay because he's a man, but he wouldn't. If I had the same amount of bodies as he did, he wouldn't consider even taking me seriously because I'm a woman and I shouldn't have that many bodies.
Okay. It's a double standard, but it's a double standard that shouldn't exist.
Right.
I agree with that.
And that's and we've made that very clear.
Yeah.
Now again, what Reek was saying, morally, it's Reek is saying it's not about what people would think of me or what society. She's saying, for me personally, I value my body too much to just be sharing it with just casual sex. There has to be something more than just lust.
No, there have been times where I've done that has happened in my heyday. Right. I'm old now. But yeah, like it always was a thing. My old heads, my cousins, respect yourself, value yourself.
Right.
And with Angry OG, we'll go back to that. I took pride in saying I never dealt with nobody from in the hood, in the circle. So now as an adult, can't nobody sit at the bar and say they took me down because I went across City Line Avenue. So I totally understand.
Absolutely.
I get it. Like I get that part. It was just like what T is saying. Morally, for me, it's just like that's not girl.
But you're not carrying it like that over City Line Avenue too. But that's just, that's just the type. That's just who you are. You know what I'm saying? That's those are your non-negotiables
within me.
Yeah.
So okay. So I want to pose a question or ask a question. So say you meet someone, they are married, they are separated. Do you continue to date them?
I need to know that this separation is like seriously going through. I don't know if at this point, I'm grown, you're grown. I don't know if it has to be a conversation with the female for confirmation, but a man can tell you anything. There's three sides of the stories, hers, his, and the truth. And I'm not going to put myself in jeopardy of dealing with a married man that says he's separated and not separated. That's against my moral compass.
So what I hear is you would need some type of proof to know that the separation is understood on both parties.
Yes, ma'am.
Because that's who you're dealing with, a man, like you're referring to a man. Him not saying, hey, I'm separated. You would need to hear from sis at some point.
Yes, ma'am.
We are separated.
Because I respect her as a woman to at least make sure that I'm not betraying a union and disrespecting a home. Like I would prefer to have that grown talk with that female.
That's very mature of you. Not a lot of women are mature to have that conversation.
Right.
I appreciate that. Well, because I would want it done for me too. Hello.
Yeah. Yes, because I was married and separated and didn't sleep with my ex-husband for 2 years while we divorced. I need confirmation. No.
Yes,
I can respect the confirmation. And confirmation come in many different ways too, man. Like,
it's not going to come in a piece of paper like, hey, sign here. So it'll look different.
Yeah, like sometimes it might not be a grown-up conversation that my sis T is even talking about. Sometimes it's actions. You know what I'm saying? What this person is doing. Do these people do they still live together? Right. You feel me? Hey yo.
No, and I don't. Jessica,
it's a while.
Well, all right. Now y'all.
I think that's an insider.
It is on Women's Wellness. Look at that.
Mm-hmm.
So, I think people who are married and since it's my turn to answer, I think people who are married and who are separated should be allowed to date. Okay. I don't know what proof or information one would need.
I'm not dealing with no pending cases. LOL. We'll make your decision and figure it out. Spin the block when you work it out.
But that could be a while. In all fairness,
that's probably his non-negotiables. Like, you gotta respect certain people's non-negotiables at the end of the day. You know what I'm saying? If that's what that brother is, if he not feeling that, you know what I'm saying? You can't do nothing but respect it.
Right.
Everybody not the same. Me personally, I'm married but separated. But you know what I'm saying? But me and my ex-wife, we don't live together. You know what I'm saying? We don't, you know what I'm saying? It's not
right.
We're separated. And it's, you know what I'm saying?
And you can stand on it, and you feel like the other party can stand on that too.
Absolutely.
So that's why it's comfortable for you, not saying that you are, but if you were to date or if you are dating, that's why it's okay to do so, because you are separated. Everybody's clear on the separation.
Absolutely. Right. And I'm going to, and that's not something I'm bringing up weeks later. You know what I'm saying?
So that was discussed in the beginning,
right?
During courting. Am I going too deep?
No.
Because I just feel like
yes.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I told the person, the woman, the lady that I'm dealing with, that I was married straight up front. Why not?
And that's her. And again, ladies, watching live, watching the replay, when someone is honest with you, despite what you're feeling, there's an acceptance with that. Now you can fight or flight. You can stay and say, this is not for me. Or you can, like Luke said, when it's completely done, then come holler at me.
Mm-hmm.
But to each its own. And you know,
But you know what I'm saying? Like I said, if only things work like that, like you can't be like, I want to get a divorce and it's going to happen, you know, in 24 hours or even 30 days.
It's different now. Now, if you're separate and you live in a different place, then we're cool to date. But if it's like, oh, I can only see you on Thursdays at 7 p.m. kind of,
because we still live together and we're coexisting, and I live downstairs and she lives upstairs with the kids.
I did that before in a relationship where we were roommates. Okay. And then it gets late and you creep in one another's room. I don't have time for that.
Right. The right one at the wrong time is the wrong one because I've been there. Ooh, that was deep.
I disagree because you've been there. You know, you're
Please know that if he or she's not answering at certain times, social media is telling, but I'm not going to make that a non-negotiable if someone's still married. Transparency.
Thank you. You know what I'm saying? Like those are your experience. I like I said, you can't, like, I feel like, yeah, we can give a certain perspective, you know, from a man's point of view, from a woman's point of view, but your experiences are your experiences. Your vibe is your vibe. Who you talking to, you know what I'm saying? Like, the conversations that y'all having, y'all feeling each other, the energy is there. Like, can't nobody tell me, like, my stuff is pending, but the person I'm dealing with right now, come on, man.
But she's aware.
Yeah.
And that's her choice.
Right. And so that's where we're talking about transparency. Transparency has to be key.
Because I'm going to be open and honest about everything up front. Right. And you know what? Women will appreciate your honesty. Because I feel like they'll respect you more for your honesty.
There's nothing more disrespectful than somebody else telling you tea about your significant other.
Yeah.
So I'm going to need you to come run, tell me.
Ain't nobody going to come to my lady and tell her anything without her knowing about it. You know what I'm saying? They can't go to her and say anything to tell her anything she don't know already.
Right.
That's important.
You understand what I'm saying?
But that comes at a big age, you know, and again, there we go playing devil's advocate. When you're mature enough to do what you're doing, but others aren't.
Right.
You know, so you gotta tread lightly.
I feel like it's a tread lightly situation. I feel like it depends on the circumstances. Like you said, are they living in the same house or not? You know what I'm saying? If they live in separately and live separate lives, I don't understand what's the problem on dating. You know what I'm saying? If they're moving in the direction of a divorce, you know what I'm saying? Right. Like if you date somebody, you know what I'm saying? Like,
but I think,
are you taking the steps to do this, or are you just blowing smoke out your butt?
My perception on dating has changed dramatically for being single for so long, because like things change as you get older and you realize so much throughout that time that you're like healing. So me, quote unquote, being mature and wanting to have these conversations are something that I would have never did 2-3 years ago.
Yeah. Right. But that comes with growth.
Yeah. With growth.
That comes with the lessons of past relationships.
Yeah.
I feel like you got to be a fool to go into the next situation, you know, with the same mindset that you had in the previous situation. You know what I'm saying? I feel like when you I don't feel like any relationship is a loss. I feel like it's a lesson. I don't feel like any loss is a loss. I feel like it's a lesson. What I'm going to, you know, how I'm going to move the next time. You know what I'm saying? What I'm, you know, the signs, you know what I'm saying? Not saying, you know, I'm going to hold the next woman accountable for all the crazy stuff the last woman did. No, that's not sis' fault.
Right.
She wasn't there. You know what I'm saying? However, I'm going to be mindful of the signs. You know what I'm saying?
What to look for.
Read the room, like my man said earlier. You know what I'm saying? You got to watch.
I want
to pay attention.
Jen, put that back up, because I agree with that 1,000,000,000%. And yes, just be honest. You want to just have sex, say that. You want a wife, say that. And that is a big thing that me and my girlfriends talk about, because men, they say they just want a friend with benefits. And then when you're offering that, they don't want it, or it's not consistent, or you don't hear back from them. So like you're constantly just in limbo on what the freak they want. Do you want a friend with benefits, or do you want a wife, or do you want nothing because you're not consistent in anything that you do?
Right.
Mixed messages
Yes. And it's annoying because we are far too grown. I would rather somebody tell me, T, like, I don't know what you're doing the last Sunday of every month, but come on over so we can smash. I know the last Sunday every month, this is something that we're doing. But if you're not going to be consistent and now it's just one Sunday and you want to hit me up 9 Sundays later, bruh, no, ship has sailed. I need consistency. Consistent peen is key, bro.
Sounds pretty simple to me.
Yes.
Yo.
Sounds pretty simple. So we're gonna get into Go Grab Lunch. So for those of you who don't know what Go Grab Lunch is a segment during our show where we give an audience member lunch. We Venmo, Cash App, whatever, we get it to you. Just to, as an act of kindness to say we see you, we value you. Last Sunday, yes,
right.
Every 3 days, mark it on the calendar,
please.
So for Go Grab Lunch, where we may do a trivia question. Let's read what Jessica is saying.
Now they want to catch feelings, and I'm the bad guy because you want it to be just my roster or wanted a wife, and I'm doing the most, and you entertaining other women. It could be so simple.
Yes,
that's what my girlfriend said.
But you know what I'm saying? That's
Jade. I feel like people want what they want when they want it. If I'm in a situationship, then you can't come to me when you have a crisis. That's not my lane.
Agreed.
Fair. Yes.
Absolutely. Agreed.
That's where you got to put that boundary.
Absolutely.
We're in this situationship. That's different.
That ain't our relationship.
If we're humping, excuse my language, it's just Wednesday.
Yes, it's Wednesday. We're humping.
If that's what we're doing, that's what we're doing. Don't call me if your car blew a flat tire, because that don't got nothing to do with me and my lower region.
Right.
Because again, it's those mixed messages. Like, make sure you're telling me what it is. Say what you want when you want it. It couldn't be no clearer.
Period.
Like, don't treat a woman like a wife if you just, only have intentions on just smashing.
Right.
You just want to have a friends with benefits, because then you give her the understanding that, oh, me and him, we, you know what I'm saying, that's my man, and I'm just, under the roster. And same thing with the women, because we got feelings too. I don't, you know what I'm saying? Listen, if you telling me it's me and you, but you just trying to have a friends with benefits and do this, that, and the third, and I'm, you know what I'm saying, like, let people know in the beginning on what it is you want to do before feelings start getting involved.
Right.
Because people, we've said, at least the folks in the audience are saying at this big age, they're dating with a purpose. I think that's safe to say. Like, nobody's out here playing games. Well, at least they shouldn't be.
Shouldn't be.
Because I told my lady in the beginning, I don't have casual sex. I ain't even gonna do that, sis. I don't have casual sex.
Yeah.
We not doing that. If I hit that, that's me. And mine's only.
All right. Well, there you have it. So let's do a Go Grab Lunch. T, do you have a question for the folks to answer? Thanks, Big E. Go Grab Lunch.
Let me think of a good trivia question. We talked about so much. Yes, please stamp it.
Yes, we did.
Well, help me out here. We got to think of.
I'll try to think of one too.
A good question. A question that we talked about.
Right, to see if someone can quickly answer in the audience, and then that'll be the recipient of the Go Grab Lunch.
Okay. Wow. We talked about so much.
Yeah, Shannon, do you mind just throwing up some comments? I'm sorry, love.
Yeah.
That might be helpful, because we talked about so much. It would be hard to kind of like just pinpoint a trivia question. Who joined us today? James, Jessica, James.
Hello.
Flight got all the money. He don't need no grab lunch. He could grab lunch. He could grab.
I got a question. Why? What was it? What
That's
was
a new face.
Yeah, I got a question.
That's a new face. Go ahead. Oh, go ahead.
Do your question, yeah.
Why? What was Reek's issue with her contacts? Why she couldn't put her contact in?
Oh, that's a good one. Yes,
First
come
person
on
in
and
the,
come
in the
through.
chat.
Come on and come through with that.
And
one.
thank you for reading for me tonight, which is why I was like, "Why read that?
Mm-hmm.
Why read that?"
There's
Luke,
several.
It doesn't matter, Luke. Jesus.
I practice
Practice
it
it,
even
oh my God.
Just got it right again.
Jess got it
Throw
again.
that back up, Big A.
Scratch Cornea.
Yep.
Yep. Jess,
All
we'll
right,
be cash
Jess.
apping you, my love. Thank you so much for participating, Jess.
Wait, but hold on,
Absolutely.
just one question. If I could just get the answer to Luke's question.
Yes.
How many Giants fans? Nah, let me just stop messing with
See,
y'all.
thought you was being serious, T. With
Nah,
the,
just messing
They on
with
that
y'all.
football stuff. You said we wasn't talking about that.
Yeah, you are, girl.
Of course, definitely VIP.
Mhm.
So we touched on a lot. We laughed a lot. You know, Women's Wellness Wednesday has taken a turn, and I'm loving it. You
Mhm.
know, what T and I have planned up our sleeves in the next month and a half is a lot of fun. I've talked about it with a few folks, and just to get their feedback on what, you know, people would like to see and just how to shake things up. So stay tuned for that. Each and every Wednesday, our location will be different. That's the only thing that I'm going to give you guys.
Mhm.
So you'll never know where T or I will be.
You got to
Yep.
tune in each and every Wednesday to see it.
Yeah. Location may change. We're still doing our tour, so that's different from what we're bringing as far as switching up our locations.
Yeah.
So tonight was fun. T, what did you learn, if anything, new about how men felt? I know I'm big on, I don't want to hear what a man feel and all that stuff, but I do want to know, because the perspectives I was able to receive, and I can take ownership. Sometimes I'm unable to receive due to delivery, but tonight it was an eye opener. I think that we all were on the same page, and it felt really good despite the differences.
Sure.
So with the question, with the men that did respond, or just even with Juan, was there anything that stood out that was just like, oh, like an aha moment? Or
honestly, the fact that a good bit of you guys honestly don't care to know the body count, or aren't at least going to inquire about it.
right.
That has drastically changed, because back in the day, that was huge for a man to know. And so I think, as obviously we're getting older and we realize that we've come in and out of relationships, sex is a part of a relationship, body counts are going to be a little higher as we're getting older.
Right.
That gives me at least some sense of comfort that, you know, men aren't feeding so much into that double standard.
Right.
So for me, the chivalry piece. So I didn't realize that the younger men are doing it more than the older.
Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, Tim doesn't always open my door, if I'm being completely honest, but it happens, or, you know, different gestures, you know, throughout whatever. But I didn't realize that the younger cats is, you know, trying to show up and show out.
I gotta shout out like my daughter's generation. Like, they are really all about like literally talking through everything, or politics, religion, sexuality, all of it.
Right.
And they have no problem saying to each other, like, I need you to open my door, and I need you to do spontaneous things. And these people are in their early 20s. So that's why I'm seeing in 25s and 30-year-olds are really about like, I'll text you an outfit that I want you to wear, and I'll pick you up at 7.
Right.
Although
like a real date. You know what I mean?
Like they're doing,
They're
doing the quote unquote grown stuff that you would expect from somebody our age, my age. I'm noticing that the younger generations are really, really intuitive and really do want to learn more about each other in every aspect. I really do believe that.
Shout out to their old heads, because that means, you know, history does repeat itself. You know, bell bottoms come back. You know, they were there, they come back. You know, the crop tops, whatever have you. And if that's a thing that's going to circle back, I welcome it.
I feel like
Period.
you gotta know a person's love language.
Oh, 1,000,000%.
You know what I'm saying?
1,000,000,000%.
Or even it, like, ask me what my love language. I'm gonna ask you, and if it doesn't line up, you know what I'm saying? Because certain people like certain things.
Well, you have to ask how that person receives it and how they give it, because those are different things too. Because some
you also gotta learn
how some people receive it different than they show it to you, and that can sometimes be tricky too.
Yeah,
Biggie, what you say?
I'm sorry, I missed that.
It's about the pond, y'all fishing.
In. That's true too.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Oh,
I agree. It's a different type of caliber of woman, you know.
Mm-hmm.
I've always said that,
and you won't know who she is.
Yeah.
By the first conversation,
for sure. Well, Jessica, we will make sure you get your Go Grab lunch.
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you guys for tuning in to Women's Wellness Wednesday here on the Big Exclusive Network. I want to also give you a rundown of our shows and iCraft Mart. If you can place that up on the screen, Big E, to let folks know where they can get their books for their children, for themselves. Shea butter, all this stuff is made by faces that look like mine.
Amen.
Support Black-owned businesses. Big E has wonderful products. Big Exclusive Bakery, Little Exclusive Bakery. Check them out on YouTube. Monday, we have Melanated Vibrations at 7 p.m. Tuesday, we have the Big Exclusive Podcast itself with our host, Angry OG, Big E, and sometimes our comedian, Top Flight, Ant as well. He is joining us. He is Slim Exclusive. So we can't forget about Ant.
Yes.
And on Wednesday, on Wednesday, you have myself and T. So we're coming, hashtag that. Our comedy brunch is September 23rd. I need to send my ticket money. Send yours. Reach out to myself. I'll get it to Big E. Get your spot. There are limited tickets available. It is a comedy brunch. Be on time. And I can't wait to see you guys there. It's this Saturday. This Saturday. So make sure you guys show support. We value you all, and thank you for tuning in. We'll see you next Wednesday.
Finish the week out strong, folks. Good night.
Thank you.
Love you all.
Go, John.